Let's talk breath work. So, when I offer breath work to yoga students or to my Reiki clients, oftentimes what I hear is, I don't know how to breathe. Do you know how to breathe? So, breath work can sometimes be overcomplicated. Okay. Here's the thing, there's a million different types of breath work, right? I'm sure you've heard of Wim Hof. If you take a yoga class, you've probably had a three-part breath, nadi shodhana, box breath, right? All sorts of different kinds of breath work. The fact of the matter is that breathing, conscious breathing, is what we're talking about. So there's a couple things in the foundation of breath work that I want you to be aware of. First of all, this is always where I start. Where is your breathing occurring? Okay. Finding a comfortable seat wherever you're at. I'm currently sitting on a stool, but you don't have to be sitting in a lotus position. You can literally just be sitting in your office chair in your car. Okay. I want you to place your hands on your belly. Start to close your eyes and take a few inhales through the nose and exhales through the mouth. And I want you to pay attention to where this breath occurs. And what I mean by that is your breath occurring beneath your hands? Is your belly filling up and growing bigger? Or do you notice your breath occurring more in the upper body, the chest, the shoulders, the neck, expanding upwards, almost like you're wearing a corset and you can't breathe anywhere but in the upper body? So take a moment here and notice that in your body. And now that you have some sort of awareness of where your breath is at, if you noticed it's in your upper body, that's not wrong per se, but we want to bring it back down to our belly as our natural breathing rhythm. So in our day-to-day life, I often use children as an example, even when we're kids. They like breathe and they like stick their belly all the way out and they make this big old belly and they're not even aware of it. But if you notice, nothing's happening in the upper body. They're just all belly. That's where we want to bring our breathing back to, is our belly. We want to be able to expand that diaphragm and take a full breath, right? And I understand in society, we've been taught to tuck it in, to suck it in, to keep that belly nice and tight. Let that go, right? Start to open up and let that breath come into the belly. Now you have this full 360 breath all the way around the body, from the front to the back, expanding the rib cage, right? You can feel the rib cage widen out to the sides rather than this like breath up here that is only using a small capacity of your breath. Okay. So coming into that place where you can really bring the breath into the lower belly. This is where we want to practice, and this is where we're going to practice today. There's no need for any extra extreme breaths or creative breaths. I love them all, and they all serve a different purpose. Today is simply for you to connect with your breath, starting to breathe into that belly. And as you do so and continue to practice, you make that brain body connection that this is where we're breathing. This is where we're supposed to breathe. Because if you notice in your day to day life, when you breathe up here, you're probably stressed out and you probably have a lot of anxiety, right? Your breath has a lot to do with your own natural biological rhythm telling you how your body is feeling. So if your sympathetic nervous system is turned on, you're probably breathing up here, right? Oftentimes you'll get a neck distraction or some sort of shoulder impingement or anything like that. Your body's moving in a way it doesn't need to, right? So let's bring all that back to breathing where our body needs us to breathe most, okay? I want you to think about this when you're driving, when you're on a flight, when you're maybe commuting, right, from to and from, or just sitting in your office chair, okay? Starting to close those eyes and come into this breath, really holding on to that belly. And we're going to think of pressing that belly button straight out and bringing it back in, okay? Sometimes if this doesn't work and we can't figure out how to breathe in our belly, you can place one hand to the bottom right corner and one hand to the top left corner and try to blow up a balloon in between the hands, okay? That's another great variation. So closing your eyes, sitting up nice and tall, nice and straight. Take a full breath and let it go. Starting to breathe in through the nose. Feeling the air travel through each nostril, and open mouth, light out. Breathing in, full belly breath. Open mouth, let it go. Inhale. And exhale. Breathing in. Breathing out. At any time you notice the breath comes back into the chest, the shoulders, simply take it back down. No judgment, no worries, no stress. Just breathing back into the belly. Maybe starting to seal the lips, breathing in and out through the nose. Shoulders relaxed out of the ears, keeping the jaw relaxed. Let's take about 5 more rounds of breath here at your own pace. You can continue breathing there for as long as you desire. I want you to think about this in your meditation practice if you have one or don't. Maybe you don't meditate because you can't sit still or you can't control your thoughts for long enough. That's not what meditation is about. I'll do another video on meditation and what it means and what it's about. But until then, I want you to think about just sitting down for 5 minutes in the morning or at night or whenever it is that you feel connected to possibly meditating. Maybe it's in your bed before you go to sleep, and take this breath with you, right? Really coming into conscious awareness of your breathing. So once your body starts to regulate and you're breathing in and out through the belly, right? That will be normal. But then you might notice you're stressed out throughout the day. Coming back into conscious breathing, conscious awareness of our breath is where we come back into the present moment. We come into this understanding of this cycle of the inhale, that life-giving inhale, and of the exhale, releasing something. And with conscious breathing, you can control the state of your nervous system. You can come back into peace and serenity in the body. Literally, when someone's like, just take a deep breath, literally, that's all you need to do sometimes. So I hope this helps you understand where the breath happens in the body so you can start to notice as you go on your day-to-day life or maybe in your yoga practice where in your body you're breathing and how to bring it back down to root yourself into this Muladhara chakra or earth chakra, this grounding sensation of who we are, established and planted, and our most authentic self. I hope you have the most incredible day, the most incredible week until I see you again. Bye, babes.